Game Freak.
Yes.
What?
was hacked
Speaking of,
a little while ago.
yeah,
And a lot of Pokemon information has been leaked, or has essentially been leaked, but like it's all the beta and like all the pre-final decisions for 3rd gen through, to my understanding at the current moment, 7th gen. And it is mind-blowing to see footage of people actively playing these like beta ROMs.
What?
Seeing the beta Pokemon creation from like the Hoenn region of Gen 3 all the way through to the Kalos region of Gen 6 or 7. And it is insane to see how many got scrapped.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
Lickitung.
How involved was Game Freak in the development of the actual
Game
Pokemon?
Freak develops the main series Pokemon games. So
the
you have
actual card game?
no, the actual video
like
game.
Pokemon Red and Leaf Green, Fire Red, Sapphire Ruby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the Pokemon that I thought the
So
Pokemon
you
that
have
they
three
took were from
companies. You have 3 companies that essentially make up Pokemon.
Yeah.
You have the Pokemon Company.
Okay.
You have Game Freak, and you have Nintendo.
Yeah.
All 3 of them own a third of Pokemon.
Interesting.
Game Freak is the video game portion of it, while the Pokemon Company is essentially like the trading card game, the media, the plushies, all that. And Nintendo is just the
licensee.
The licensee. So Game Freak, with the video games and all that, essentially creates the Pokemon and creates the story and the narrative that the Pokemon Company and Nintendo runs with.
Okay.
And someone somewhere in this world hacked Game Freak and got all of this. So you have like all these scrapped Pokemon that like the speculation of like, oh, all these baby Pokemon and all these like third evolutions and stuff that have come to light of like what they are. And let me tell you, Lickitung from Gen 1 had a real cool evolution that got scrapped for what we have today.
What does Lickitung evolve?
Lickitung
Colonel
evolves
Angus?
into so think of Boo from DBZ, but Fat Boo, right? Like Big
Okay,
Fat Boo.
yeah.
That's what Lickitung essentially evolves into now. But the scrapped version was like this, like really round, spiky looking, like rolling pink blob, and it looked badass. And then you've got like really dark and like Halloween-esque styled Pokemon. Like Cacturne
Oh yeah, look at these
is a
concepts.
cactus Pokemon, and it looks
So
so creepy.
Yeah,
loved
hold
it.
on. Flash my camera really quick, David. I'm gonna hold this up.
And like
Cacturne.
so like
Yeah,
that
crazy
the Game Freak employee that created that Cacturne,
This is a concept art
beta,
for it, I guess.
that's a beta essentially run of it, or a concept, yeah. But like that style, I want Game
Right.
Freak to come out with a game that has
With
that
alternate versions.
exactly like that. No, I mean that was one of them, yeah, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
What is this thing? What is that?
I don't. I
Oh, you
can't
flashed
see.
it really quickly. We
What
didn't
is
see it.
this thing?
So you guys have a better view of what he's showing right now. He showed me for like 3 seconds. Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
like again, a concept of like this dog-like water Pokemon that is very like anime like style, like horror, like enemy type thing. Like, oh dude, this stuff has been insane, and I have been actively seeking out this information, and I don't normally do that.
Oh,
Or at least I haven't in a couple of years with Pokemon. And all of this it's so cool. Sucks to be whoever is on the bad end of it, because Nintendo will probably absolutely go after them. But coolest thing that has ever come from the Pokemon franchise unintentionally. And I think
leaks from Game Freak.
yeah, and I just think it's the coolest thing.
That's amazing.
Like you should look at some of
Yeah.
these.
I'm down. I haven't looked at through all of them. I thought you were going to bring up the other thing they leaked.
No, would you like to enlighten me in case I have?
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
yeah.
fall down a Pokemon rabbit
okay.
hole though.
So I thought it was funny. What is that? What is that?
Oh, that's Cricktoon Skunk. Oh yeah, the top one. So that was
Let's go to the camera.
that
Let's go
was
to
the
the camera.
Lickitung styled like evolution. Like still has the tongue and everything, but looks like this mean, like roll out, like I'm just gonna wreck your world by like
I'm
steamrolling.
like
you.
Golem.
Toss your salad.
It looks like Golem. What?
With that tongue,
steamroll
yeah,
right
I'm
into your
sure.
butt.
Like,
Yeah.
rimming to a whole new experience. But like that was such a cool concept of a Lickitung evolution compared to what we got. And
Right.
like it's so like I understand it's very much a kid-friendly IP. Like you got to bring it to where it's kid-friendly and
Yeah,
like
of course.
all that.
Yeah. Look at
But man, dude, they need to make like not a XXX version, but they need to make an adult version.
This is what we
That's
got.
what we ended up with.
Oh yeah. Boo.
And that is no.
Boo.
boo. Boo.
Majin Buu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it was just dude, it's just been like what if? A lot of what ifs. Like
Yeah.
what if this stayed?
There is a this is nothing to do with the Game Freak leaks, but you can find it because it went viral a while back ago. There was like the German dubs on Pokemon. Did you see Lickitung?
I know what you're talking about.
Lickitung comes out and he goes, Slurp. And I'm like, what? You can find we need to find that sound effect. Slurp.
That's gonna be in our little compilation video.
Dang, now I gotta find the Lickitung slurp.
So really,
Yeah, here it is. Hold on.
so really quickly. So I'm glad you brought that up because that was like, oh,
So it's got to be less than 30 seconds, and we need to also kind of talk
Here it is.
over it.
Here it is.
yeah, we gotta talk over it. We're gonna get it.
That wasn't it. There's a different one.
I know.
gotta
It's just what you did.
find- Yeah. You have to find it. Oh, this one's 6 seconds here.
Send that to TJ.
Put back.
That's my text notification for all of you.
Oh
Oh my
my
god,
God.
please.
I would love that. Let's just play it one more time for the people in the back.
That's so great.
Yeah. That character making that slurp would be amazing.
The German language is truly a remarkably great language when it comes to crazy things.
All right.
Well,
Is that all our news?
wait, just real quick.
Yeah.
Because when TJ said Game Freak, I'm like, oh, he's gonna talk about it. You talked about the cool, actually cool stuff that I would look up.
Okay.
But when I went on the internet, I see memes of like
This should be a segment when Ty went on the internet.
it's how I went on the internet.
He was
vir-
looking for X, but he found Y.
my virgin eyes. There's that gif, the meme of Invincible where Omni-Man's holding Invincible up.
Mhm.
And then it's like him with the beard and he's crying. And it's like me picking Cyndaquil as my starter Pokemon. And then the next scene is Omni-Man crying. It says me finding out what Typhlosion did. I'm like, what did he do?
Oh yeah.
And I went down this rabbit hole. I was like, this
Oh,
isn't.
You're figuring out the
So-
icebergs of the.
So
You'll explain it better.
Pokemon Legends Arceus recreated Typhlosion as a ghost fire Pokemon. Now,
Cool.
this is important because in Gen 2, when Typhlosion and the Cyndaquil line came to be, it was a pure fire type.
Yeah.
So the ghost type goes back into folklore. And if we all know folklore, it all talks about kids or like teenagers, but
Mhm.
portrayed as adults, but they're definitely teenagers and everything. And if I remember correctly, yeah,
Vice posted it.
Typhlosion, the origin of the Pokemon Legends Arceus or Typhlosion is that he kidnaps a girl
Oh.
and essentially impregnates this girl and has
Oh
a
my.
child with this girl.
What?
Yeah, so Pokemon is actively impregnating a Pokemon human with this. Now, that has apparently also been confirmed, but also isn't technically fully accurate. So in folklore, it's more so like Typhlosion brings this girl back to a safe haven and everything like that, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they like fall for each other and stuff. So Typhlosion's being portrayed more as the Beast from Beauty and the Beast in this scenario, and is very anti-social and doesn't like people and just doesn't like communicating. But like it's a very, very interesting origin. And if you do want to know more, you should look it up. But the last couple of days with that running theme, because I think this all started off with the Game Freak leak as well, was because this is where like the origin of Typhlosion came with, because there's also the origin of like the very first Pokemon, the god Pokemon Arceus and everything
Long
like
live
that.
the Helix God.
Long live. Yes. Like there's so much in this that has been stolen from Game Freak, and that is now
Interesting.
all over the internet. And Typhlosion's backstory has been rife with the internet's imagination and interpretation of it.
So from this point on, it will no longer just be Game Freak. It'll be Game
Freaky.
Freak.
Game Freaky.
Or Game
Yes.
Freak Off. That's one of those
Yes.
popular parties that one
I
of Mr.
will-
Sean Combs is having.
I will say, I think I view Pokemon very differently because of this.
Yeah.
Because some of the Pokemon I grew up loving and admiring have a really dark start. And then
Yeah.
you have new Pokemon or like a new take on an existing Pokemon that continues to have a very dark take. And it's just fascinating to like see all of this and like see what they're coming up with.
Yeah. How did you workshop
Mhm.
to make all this stuff? That's very interesting.
And anyone who grew up with Gen 1 Pokemon like knows that Pokemon's dark. Like
Yeah.
you got Ninetales and
You got-
Vulpix that
You got
steal
Cubone and
Pokemon.
Marowak.
You got
Dude.
Drowsy and Hypno.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, those two gave me nightmares growing
yeah.
up.
They were
Like,
definitely on drugs.
You definitely, and like if you watched the Indigo League and everything, like it was dark. You have a child who's a psychic gym leader,
Yeah,
essentially
that's like Sabrina.
kidnapping
Yes, Sabrina
her family,
turn
and
them
like
into
making
dolls
them
and
into dolls.
stuff. Yeah, that was so
Like,
weird.
Pokemon's not innocent in general, but like I think this just amplifies that. Like I grew up like, oh, Pokemon's become more innocent, and like Pokemon's not become
No.
more innocent
No,
by any
it's-
means.
There's definitely some themes in there that are
Yeah.
pretty freaking dark.
So I don't know. I have a new view on it. And like I've always appreciated it, but I think I appreciate it a little bit more because like seeing like what they've actually created. Anyways, like I said at the beginning of this, I got no problem talking. I can talk all day long. So I'm gonna shut up now.
Let's talk. No, this
It
is.
just has to be something you're passionate about. That's why I brought it
I'm
up.
very,
I'm
I'm
like, Chicago
so
Pokemon,
interested
whatever.
in this. It is crazy, and I am probably going to be up till 3 a.m. falling down this Game Freak League rabbit hole, and we will continue this discussion next week because I'm enthralled.
Well, it's funny because like Universal, you were talking about Simpsons going because like Disney's taking that back, and like the rumor that the Nintendo company is going to be bringing Pokemon to Universal. Like I was behind the camera, like wanting to geek out with you guys, and I was like, no, because that's an hour-long segment by itself.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I think there's a Vice article. So just look up the Vice article, and it's a leaked Pokemon lore include a story of a girl who has a baby with a Pokemon.
And that's the Typhlosion one.
Yeah,
So,
If you type in Typhlosion, you'll get all the results.
this is a fresh article too.
Literally,
This just dropped on the 15th. Was that yesterday?
That's yesterday.
Yeah,
yeah.
holy smokes. So
Yeah,
this
like,
is
this is
fresh,
all
fresh,
new.
fresh. Nice.
yeah, and I did not just read the headlines.
Yeah,
You
you did
dove
research.
into it.
Like,
Yeah,
I
look at that.
dove
See,
into it.
sometimes we talk about
That's
things
right.
like this here on the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, and that is a deep issue, friends.
Bro, you're not kidding.